Hey, you know what would make your customer service help desk way better? Dumping it and then switching to Intercom. But you're not quite ready to make that change. We get it. That's why Finn, the world's leading AI customer service agent, is now available on every help desk. Finn can instantly resolve up to 80% of your tickets, which makes your customers happier and gets you off the customer service rep hiring treadmill. Finn by Intercom, the leading customer service AI agent, now available on every help desk.
On today's Smart 7, the world marks Holocaust Memorial Day, Bill Gates criticises Elon Musk's insane shit, and lots more. It's Tuesday, 28th of January, it's International Lego Day, and happy birthday, Elijah Wood.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
Landmark buildings across the UK were lit up in purple on Tuesday evening as a visual commemoration of Holocaust Memorial Day. This year marked the 80th anniversary since the liberation of concentration camps, and survivors gathered along with world leaders to mark the occasion. King Charles was in Poland to attend the commemoration and spoke at a Jewish community centre in Krakow, calling on the world never to forget the horrors that went on under Nazi Germany.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a post-Holocaust world, projects such as this centre are how we recover our faith in humanity. They also show us there is much work still to be done to use it to inspire us to build a kinder and more compassionate world for future generations.
As Europe and the US have seen the rise of far-right politics, there's growing concern over anti-Semitism and the distortion of history through misinformation and disinformation. Germany's ambassador to the UK, Miguel Berger, was warning that his country has a collective duty to keep the horrors of the Second World War in mind.
It is the German responsibility for the history that we have to keep the memory alive, and it is not about the guilt of the Germans, but there is an individual responsibility for learning from history.
There was more progress on Monday as Israel and Hamas reached agreement on the third phase of the hostage release program. Hamas have agreed to release 6 more hostages this week, which meant that Israeli forces lifted the barricade they had placed to stop Palestinians returning to their homes in northern Gaza. Chris Rose of the Amos Trust charity says the scale of the cleanup that the returning inhabitants face is truly horrifying.
The UN said 80 years to rebuild the housing units. And it has to start with those basic infrastructure things, electricity, getting rid of the rubble. You've got 50 million tonnes of rubble. A load of that is contaminated with body parts.
As tens of thousands return home, there have been calls for a dramatic increase in the levels of aid being allowed through checkpoints. Sam Rose from the UN's Palestinian refugee agency UNRWA says it's very difficult to get supplies flowing because of Israeli restrictions.
It will make life very difficult for UNRWA if those supplies can't come in, but for the overall aid operation and progress on that not only alleviates the suffering of the people, but has risks for the ceasefire agreement continuing as well. So it's very daunting, very, very concerning.
Donald Trump got his new Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, confirmed by the Senate late on Sunday night. The vote went to a tie after some Republican senators refused to back the former Fox News presenter for the hugely important role. Hegseth has expressed controversial views on women in combat roles, and his views appear to match up with Donald Trump's larger war on diversity and equality across government. Late on Monday, Trump signed new Executive Orders 1 to ban DEI initiatives in the military and an order to reinstate over 8,000 service members who were discharged for refusing to take the COVID-19 vaccine. Other orders look at creating new policies on transgender troops and the possibility of creating an American Iron Dome missile defense policy. Secretary of Defense Hegseth fully backed his new boss's plan.
And today there are more executive orders coming that we fully support on removing DEI inside the Pentagon. This is happening quickly. We will be no better friend to our allies and no stronger adversary to those who want to test us and try us.
Bill Gates is not a man you'd imagine swears a lot, but when asked about fellow tech billionaire Elon Musk's adventures in right-wing politics, he described Elon's far-right phase as insane shit. Musk spoke via Zoom at a far-right AfD rally in Germany at the weekend, and he spent weeks attempting to interfere in UK politics by talking up reform and pleading for Tommy Robinson's release. It's all the stranger when Musk is about to take on a major role in Donald Trump's government as he angles for a desk in the White House. Gates isn't alone in his view of Musk's behaviour either. Wikipedia co-founder Jimmy Wales says Elon should get back to what he's good at.
People always say to me, do you have any advice for Elon Musk? And I say, yeah, that electric car idea was a good one. You should go back to that. Stop messing around on the internet. But your key market for electric cars will tend to be people who care more about the environmental issues and so on and so forth. And these are the kinds of people he's sort of bashing and carrying on against.
Still to come on the Smart 7, the Six Nations is warming up for this weekend and Alec Baldwin is in the spotlight. Right after this.
Hey, you know what would make your customer service help desk way better? Dumping it and then switching to Intercom. But you're not quite ready to make that change. We get it. That's why Finn, the world's leading AI customer service agent, is now available on every help desk. Finn can instantly resolve up to 80% of your tickets, which makes your customers happier and gets you off the customer service rep hiring treadmill. Finn by Intercom, the leading customer service AI agent, now available on every help desk.
Welcome back. This weekend sees the men's Six Nations rugby back in action. Things get underway with France hosting Wales on Friday evening. Then Saturday sees Scotland welcome Italy before England head to Dublin to take on Ireland. The Irish are looking to make it 3 championships in a row, but they proved quite inconsistent during the autumn internationals, and their inspirational coach Andy Farrell has headed off to plan for this summer's Lions. Former Irish captain Brian O'Driscoll says the fixture list won't do Ireland any favours.
We win the first one, you're fantastic, but then you lose the first one, then you have to go to Edinburgh, over to Murrayfield, and we know how good Scotland are there at the moment and how much they're licking their lips. This is your year, right? This has to be your year.
Kristen Stewart isn't afraid of a bit of variety when it comes to picking her next job. She's been a teen queen in Twilight, she played Princess Diana in Spencer, and she's also a director. Her latest movie, though, takes quirky to the next level. It's called Love Me, and it's the strange part animated tale of the love between a satellite and a boy set far in the future after humanity has become extinct. She and co-star Stephen Yeun are happy with the description of the movie as a trippy romance.
There's this thing like you must know yourself because that's the only way to really be honest, but there's honesty in sort of trying to fake it until you make it. And so the movie's like a weird, very weird, long, like acting exercise.
One thing Alec Baldwin probably doesn't need is any more publicity. He's had a blistering couple of years in the spotlight after the tragic death of cinematographer Helena Hutchins back in 2021 on the set of movie Rust. Baldwin was charged and then cleared of involuntary manslaughter, and the shadow of the case seems set to hang over new reality show The Baldwins. It follows Alec, wife Hilaria, their 7 children and 6 pets as they try to get back to normal after a high-profile legal battle. The first episode drops on February 23rd.
Honestly, from the bottom of my soul, I don't know where I'd be if I didn't have you and these kids.
We've had bad moments, but we found our foundation. We're solid and we're here together.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world.
Hey, you know what would make your customer service help desk way better? Dumping it and then switching to Intercom. But you're not quite ready to make that change. We get it. That's why Finn, the world's leading AI customer service agent, is now available on every help desk. Finn can instantly resolve up to 80% of your tickets, which makes your customers happier and gets you off the customer service rep hiring treadmill. Finn by Intercom, the leading customer service AI agent, now available on every help desk.